What is telehealth? For why? How it is helpful? Telehealth is the distribution of health-related services and information via electronic information and telecommunication technologies. Telehealth can change the current paradigm of care and allow for improved access and improved health outcomes in cost-effective ways. It helps and allows long-distance patient and clinical contact, care, advice, reminders, education, intervention, monitoring, and remote admissions. Telemedicine is sometimes used as a synonym or is used in more limited sense to describe remote clinical services such as diagnosis and monitoring. When rural settings, lack of transport, a lack of mobility, decreased funding, or a lack of staff restrict access to care, telehealth may bridge the gap. So let's jump into the video to see some things to know about telehealth. Before we begin, we publish good content videos every day. If you're not subscribed to the channel, just tap the subscribe button below and don't forget to like this video to get some interesting forthcoming videos. Telehealth is easier than going to doctor's office. Telemedicine is typically as straightforward as a patient chatting with a doctor over a video call because these consultations require a layer of privacy and security. These are regulations in place for patients' protection, but those are changing in the face of the COVID-19 crisis. The Department of Health and Human Services has announced that video platforms like FaceTime and Skype are temporarily acceptable for healthcare providers to use. Zoom has also been given temporary approval, although the platform is currently struggling with some security issues. You also might use a service that's specifically designed for telehealth consultations like VC, Doxy, TerraLink, and Amazon Chime. Officials says that public-facing platforms like Facebook Live and TikTok should be avoided. If you have a regular doctor, it's possible they already have a telehealth system in place. So check in before looking for another provider. But if you don't have a primary care physician or need urgent care, you should check out telemedicine platforms like Doctor on Demand, Teladoc, and Amwell. Virtual care helps everyone combat coronavirus. Many hospitals encouraging patients to use virtual urgent care for consultation before heading to a clinic. This is especially important for patients who think they have COVID-19 but aren't sick enough to require hospitalization. Virtual consultations allow doctors to triage patients without the risk of spreading the virus, and patients can get quick treatment for their symptoms. Doctors' office are going to be a very high-risk site for COVID transmission because people that come there will be sick, and doctors themselves are going to be important vectors of COVID transmissions, explains Michael Barnett, a professor at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. We know that healthcare professionals are getting infected at very high rates, and people can shed the virus when they are asymptomatic. Insurance companies are making it easier to pay for telehealth. If you have a private health insurance, you should check to see whether your insurer has made adjustments to their policies for reimbursement for telehealth. Insurance companies have historically been slow to offer telehealth options. Insurers in general are not trying to add lot of new things that their patients can do to keep healthcare costs down. Barnett explains providers do just fine in the status quo of deeper service medicine and having people come in person. Telemedicine is tough without proper internet access. Telemedicine often requires broadband that's strong enough to host a stable video call in addition to a device with the proper hardware. But according to a 2019 Pew study, 44% of Americans who make less than $30,000 a year don't have access to home broadband, and 29% don't have access to a smartphone. Rural areas as well as some city communities are particularly vulnerable to this digital divide. While they have traditionally helped low-income people and rural Americans access the internet, libraries and community centers have been shut down to comply with social distancing requirements. There may be some signs of hope, however, the FCC has also loosened rules governing the Lifeline program, which entitles some low-income Americans to discounted telephone and internet services, and has said no one will be kicked out of the benefit until the summer. If you already have a smartphone, your provider may have expanded the amount of data available on your mobile plan in response to the COVID-19 crisis. In-person healthcare might never be the same again. Whether the coronavirus pandemic will make telehealth mainstream to be seen, it's also worth keeping in that mind that COVID-19 response has caused other types of healthcare to be put on hold, including the treatment for cancer and gender-affirming procedures. They will eventually need to find a way to safely return to delivering many forms in the personal care. Still, many people are using telehealth technology for the first time and creating their initial impressions of telemedicine. Finally, I hope you get to know some information about telehealth. Please make sure to click the like button below this video and subscribe to the channel.